Hello, babes. Welcome to another Sunday, or should I say, Sunday Sips with your girl, Brown Girl Bella, Shannon B here. Listen, this weekend has been weekending. I am so exhausted. And ask me what I did. Not a darn thing. Not a darn thing. But you can't tell that from me being so exhausted. And I don't know what it is lately. My energy level has been like zilch. So, pardon me if I'm not the usual upbeat, peppy self. I'm just not feeling it today. I don't know why. I'm just not feeling it today. But hopefully that will change because my babes are here. Hey, babes. Hope all is well with everyone. Hope everybody's having a good time. Hey, Noelle. Hey, Kat. Currently house hunting, so I'll be MIA a little. Okay, no worries. It seems like the drama that was is not any longer because I didn't see the people that were there that other time. So hopefully that's all gone bye-bye. But hey, Kat, how are you? How is everything? Hopefully all is well. Listen, we're going to be talking about some bad words today. And I said on my Bella community board on Instagram. Now, don't y'all be telling people that Bella told y'all some bad words, right? Because I'm still from Brooklyn where snitches get stitches. You know what I mean? All right. No, but we're going to be playing a hopefully fun game that will educate you as well as entertain you. Hey, my sissy Burns. Hey, girl. How are you? Listen, it's been a time. It's been a time. All right, let's go. So we're going to teach you some words today. Some of them may be good words. Some of them may be naughty words. But all of them are words that appear in some form of fashion in makeup products and beauty products that we use, skincare products that we use. And while, everything is in moderation and that we try to really educate ourselves on what products go onto and into and onto our bodies, it's not an exhaustive list, right? There's going to be more derivatives every single day of some of these things. So while I gave you some of these words, don't think that this is the end all be all because there are many more products. I just did not have the luxury of time to put them all together for you. So I'm going to go through some and I'm going to say the name. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you if it's a good word or a bad word. Now, I don't want you to sneak and peek and try to look these words up. I just want to get your knee gut reaction. Is it a good word or a bad word? Matter of fact, I'm not even going to put it up on the screen. I was going to do a whole poll thing, whatever, but I think I can trust you guys to just give me your knee jerk reaction. So the first word is acryliates. Acryliates. Do you think that is a good word or a bad word? Acryliates. Yes, yes. Call me after the live. After the live, what am I doing? I am bathing Dream, doing laundry, and okay, you're gonna say bad word? Okay. So is it a good word or a bad word? Elevate with Burns says bad word. Says bad word. Hey Lou, how are you? Oh, I like that picture, honey. That looks really cute of you. Good word or bad word? Yes, welcome to the live, everyone. Welcome in. Acrylates. Good word or bad word? I must have some cloud cuties in the building. So let me say hi, cloud cuties. Hello, babies. All right. So Vern said bad word. Nobody else said anything. I'm going to share with you now what it is. So basically, acrylates are synthesized film forming agents that can be used either in skincare or in hair care. And especially it's found in moisturizers because it leaves a smooth feel. So that's actually a good word. So that's a good word. So you can find it in conditioners, you can find it in moisturizers, and that helps your skin and your hair deliver a smooth feel when these are applied. All right, next one. Algin. Algin. Is that a good word or a bad word? Algin. Good or bad? What say you guys? Algin. Hello, everyone. Yes. Algin. Good word or bad word? Guys, let me tell you a funny thing that happened to me. So yesterday I was going through my old foundations, and I like to do the sniff test every once in a while, see which ones are getting ready to go so I can start to throw them out, and which ones I need to like start to rotate in. Well, I had squirted one of my two Pat McGrath foundations. I have one that's like 21, and I have another one that is in shade 24. Well, I squirted the shade 21, and baby, that thing exploded and went everywhere. It went upside the wall. I just see it now on my mirror here. I saw some on my desk. Like, it flew. That's how much product squirted out, like really fast. And it was very, very liquidy. So when products change their form like that, it's a good sign that they're going bad. So I had to toss that out. So I have enough again to do these empties. I'm going to say again because I threw out mad stuff already and forgot that I wanted to do an empties video. So I'm going to have to show some of it on camera. All right, so you're going to guess good. Okay, Burn. So let me tell you what it is. So algin is actually a type of seaweed. You might have guessed that from the word al. Algae is another type of seaweed. So it's a type of carbohydrate, and it is found in some of the foods that we eat and a few skincare products. So that's actually a good word. Okay. Next one is alcohol denat, which is short for denatured. Alcohol denat. Do y'all think it's a good word or a bad word? Alcohol denat. Hey, oh my God, Musisi, hello, welcome in. All right. So far I have Burn saying bad alcohol in makeup is a no from me. Good, good, good. Hey Bella and chat, Mercy, denatured, bad. Okay, okay. All right, so let me tell you what it is. So alcohol denat means that the alcohol has been altered. So that means that you can't get drunk or inebriate yourself in any way. Now, believe it or not, some countries that are quote unquote dry countries, meaning there's no alcohol in the country, some people drink their perfumes because it is derived from a fermentation of starch and sugar and similar carbohydrates. But the denat means that they've taken away that form of alcohol that would get you inebriated. So this is used in a wide range of products from like suntan oils, toners, perfumes, as I mentioned before, and some acne products. So alcohol, as Vern said, can be drying to the skin as it has strong grease dissolving powers. So this alcohol denat is definitely a bad word. A bad word, especially when it is one of the first 7 of the ingredients, because I hope you all know, and if you don't, this is a reminder to some and a newsflash to others. When your product, the first 7 words, first 7 ingredients in any product, those are the ones that have the most of those ingredients in the products. As you get further down the line, it gets less and less. So it's like an eighth or, eighth of an eighth, like it gets lower in composition. But the first 7 has the most concentration of the product. So you want to look in the first 7 of any product to see what it has so that you know kind of what is the most common ingredients that go into this product. So that's something to know. So yeah, that is definitely a naughty word. Thank you, Lou. Thank you. Hey, Lock Maiden. What's up? How's everybody? All right, we're next up to our next bad word. Or is it a good word? Aluminum chlorohydrate. Aluminum chlorohydrate. I know a lot of people have been talking about this lately. So wanted to definitely include this in our words for today. Aluminum chlorohydrate. Is that a good word or a naughty word? Watching while you work out. Oh, cool. I need to work out too, actually. But like I said, I've had no energy. And I take my multivitamins. Depends on how it's used. Is somebody looking? Is somebody looking up? Somebody looking up these words. But that's a good point. That's a good point. Vern says bad. Well, this is mostly a so good, but its derivatives are mostly bad. Okay. Am I taking not of those words that are extreme? No, we're just talking about whether these words are good words or bad words in the beauty realm. So yeah, you can join in the fun, Musisi. All right, so let's learn what this is. As most probably guessed or looked up, not judging, but I'm judging. It is a salt derivative of aluminum, which is considered by cosmetic manufacturers to be one of the least irritating aluminum salts. Although some people have noticed an irritation when they use it, especially when they have just freshly shaved their skin or they have some sort of abrasion on their skin. But it is one of the most frequently used ingredients in antiperspirant ingredients. So you've seen it a lot in your favorite antiperspirants, especially the sprays, but also in the solids and the gel forms as well. So although this is considered a good word, some people have an allergic reaction to this. Some people have found that it gave them symptoms and was one of the causes of them having other health issues. So now it's been seen widely as a naughty word. But everything in moderation. If you can use non aluminum antiperspirants, by all means do so. And if you can't and you need to use an aluminum chlorohydrate, then do that, but also use it in moderation. I wouldn't, like lambaste your underarms with this, but, use it as you need it and don't be as liberal, I would say. Same with the aluminum hydroxide. That's also a alkaline ingredient and an astringent form of aluminum. That's used in most toothpastes, antiperspirants, soaps, and it's also a anti-caking agent for instant coffee. Now that even Bella didn't know. So again, use these aluminum derivatives in moderation, but understand what they are and what they do. Education is power. All right. Another one before we move on that I wanted to let you all know about that's also used in antiperspirants. It's also used in facial moisturizers, some sunscreens, some hand creams, body lotions as well, is ammonium acrylylate. I think I said that right. Acrylylime thiamylorate. It's a long word. It's like 17 letters. Basically, that is a synthetic thickener and stabilizing agent for hand creams, foot creams, for body lotions, facial moisturizers, everything that I said before. Also, ammonium alum is also used in deodorants and antiperspirants, and that's a powerful antibacterial form. So that is also good in small quantities as well, because it's not really harmful. But if you have any type of popular deodorant, you have some sort of derivative of that. All right, moving on to amothymoquone. Amothymoquone. Is that a good word or a bad word? Amothymoquone. You pronounced it right. Thank you, Musisi. I've been practicing. Been comparing meds and foods to chemicals everywhere. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. There's chemicals in everything that you eat, unless you eat it straight out of the ground. And even then, sometimes it might be not as good because who knows how the ground's been treated, what fertilizers or whatever. Kat says this is a neutral word. It's a type of silicone. Okay. Anybody else care to guess? I'm using today the Givenchy, which is a little dark, but it does blend in very nice to the rest of my skin. Any other guesses before I tell you what it is? All right. So that is a synthetic polymer-like ingredient, also used in skin softening and conditioning. Also, when we get to the D's, it's also listed under thymocone as well, because that's another popular makeup agent product that uses that synthetic. Okay. Ancestral alcohol. Ancestral alcohol. Good word or bad word? Good word or bad word? Ancestral alcohol. What say you, babes? Ancestral alcohol. See, it blends in really nicely. But when it first goes on, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. But as you can see, it blends in really nicely. Now, I don't know, but I will say it's good. Okay. Okay. I'm just drawing blanks over here. So I'm taking notes. Yeah. And feel free to save this live, to share it with your friends. Because, like I said, even I learned a lot by doing this activity. And so, there's so many different forms. So I'm going to have to take it one or two letters at a time in order to get through everything. But I thought we'd first start with the A's. You're neutral on this one as well? All right. So, ancestral alcohol is a fragrance ingredient that has been cited as a moderately frequent cause of an allergic contact dermatitis. So if you ever receive some products and you get like these little fine little bumps, especially like around your eyes or around your nose, that is contact dermatitis. And so this is actually a naughty product because if it's the first 7 in the ingredients list, trust me, that's too much. It needs to be in incredibly low quantities, or else you're going to have an allergic reaction, especially those with dry or sensitive skin. You don't want this product in the first 7 of your ingredients because it's likely to give you a reaction. Okay. The same thing for ammonium glycyrate, glycyrate. That is another name for licorice root. You also heard the term licorice root extract. This is a stabilizer. It's used to soothe irritants and regulate pH levels. If you've ever tried some of those feminine hygiene products, they're all made with some kind of derivative of this. They're either calling it licorice root or licorice root extract, or they're calling it by its chemical component, which is ammonium glycyrrhizate. These are harder than French words to learn. They absolutely were. But that is something that you want to stay away from. Okay. Let's see. Aspartic acid. Aspartic acid. This is one that I see. Yeah, the pH balancing wash. Mm-hmm. Yep. Go check it out. Go check it out. Mm-hmm. That part. Yeah. Yep. All right. So we have our next word. Is it good or bad? Aspartic acid. Aspartic acid. Good or bad? Hey, BDBGP, how are you? Kat says there are many ways to make this not give a reaction. And in fact, South Korea is doing some fascinating research with this ingredient. So I'm staying neutral on that ingredient. Oh, the past one? Let's just say, for all intents and purposes, those who are overseas, Japan, Korea, even some UK stuff, they are light years ahead of US based companies. And the Federal Drug Administration is a joke. They have not changed their policies on beauty and healthcare products since the 1950s. Maybe they've graduated to the 1960s by now. Maybe. I'll look it up and see when we do the next Sunday Sips. But the last time I checked, it hadn't been updated since the 50s. So not counting on them to have our back on anything, unless it's something that is extremely controversial that people are talking about. But I don't rely on them to kind of tell me what products are good and what products are bad. I like to look them up myself and then decide for myself whether or not I want to use it. So Cassie, I don't know what the general consensus is for this ingredient, but I avoid it personally because it makes me itchy. Here we go. In 50s, even my mom was born. Yeah. Right. Right. So it hasn't been updated since your mom was born. Now think of how many generations you, your children, in some cases, your children's children. So we are at least 2 to 3 generations in if your parents were born in the 50s or 60s. And they haven't changed. It's just beyond me. It's just beyond me how we do things here in America. All right. So let's talk about aspartic acid. This is an amino acid. You might also hear it called beet extract. It's an acid that occurs naturally in sugar beets. It's also in sugar cane. It's in molasses. It's in some other plants. And it can be created synthetically. And there's no way to tell from the labels that they give you whether it is a naturally derived formula or a synthetic derived formula. So I'm going to put that one in the middle. What it's used for is to make the skin smooth, to make it supple, to give it hydration. It's a product that's most found in products made for dry skin. So, sorry, hold please. We had to do a water break. So I'm going to say that's one of those products that skirts the fence a little bit. This one had me a little shocked, not really shocked. What did I say? Informative. This was informative to me. Astaxanthin. Astaxanthin. Is it a good word or a bad word? Astaxanthin. Acid good. Yeah, some acids good. Some acids are good. Kat says if it's in beauty products, usually chemically derived, it's very hard to stabilize otherwise. Good. Okay. ROS says good. Anybody else? Good, bad? I'm like tripling up on my concealers today because I haven't been sleeping. So I really need to like get some wake up here. So I am just adding a little bit more brightness underneath my eye. All right, so Ray says good. How about others? Any other takers? Good, bad, in the middle? What say you? What say you? I'm gonna say neutral again. Okay. ROS says, I'm thinking anything that sounds like a component of a body may be good. Is it some form of sugar? Anyways, be right back. Okay, Kat. All right, so let me tell you what it is, because somebody's got on their thinking caps. So this is a yellow coloring, which is found naturally in animal organisms and is used as a fish food for salmon, which gives it that characteristic pink shade. If you know, you know. Allowed as a general food coloring, and it's used in cosmetics as a colorant and also to boost the skin's condition. Well, now, Who'd have thunk that? Who'd have thunk that? Now, I knew rather that this was used to make the salmon pink, because I remember when I went to Alaska, they were telling us about this. So I kind of knew it already, but I don't think they called it this. I think they called it something else. But again, I can't recall because that was years ago. But it was definitely something that I had noted when people were telling me about the fact that it makes salmon have that pink color. I just ate salmon today. I heard about salmon not really reddish. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Right. Learn something new every day. Yeah, I don't remember them calling it that. Yeah, me either. But they may have. I mean, it's been years since I've been to Alaska. But I remember like how informative that tour was. So good. I miss those type of leaderships where we go to like Alaska or I remember one year we went to Puerto Rico. You know, next year is Boulay. Well, this year for Boulay, we went to Anaheim, California. I should have went, but it's whatever. But anyway, next year is our Boulay year, and I definitely want to go to Boulay because it's going to be in Vegas, which I love Vegas. And I love the food there. I love the shopping there. And I think we are going to have tickets to see the show that Tony Braxton is doing with Cedric the Entertainer. At least I'm hoping that we get tickets for that because that's going to be fun. Oh, here's my MAC natural brush that we were talking about, I think on Makeup Esquire, Noel's channel. We were talking about the old MAC brushes that were natural hair. So mine is not scratchy. I know someone said theirs is scratchy. Mine is not scratchy. Well, it's not that scratchy. It's a little scratchy, but not that much. But I put a little bit of oil on it after I wash it to kind of condition it. You know, I don't drench it in oil, just a little drop. Ooh, got to turn on the fan. It's getting hot. So sorry if you guys are getting that noise in the background. Yes, the 217. I'm regretting too. Vegas is way too hot. Yeah, yes. A lot of people are telling me Cali was cooler. I know Vegas is gonna be hot, so I'm gonna spend most of my time indoors, at stores, restaurants, you know, that sort of thing. Hang on a second. I gotta put something to keep this fan from moving around. Okay, that should work. All right, so we're at the acetylene. So next is azo dyes. Now, azo dyes. Some may have heard this because there's been a little bit of controversy. That should probably give you a little bit of context. But azo dyes. Good word, bad word. Azo dyes. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? I heard using Olaplex on them softens them up again. Ooh, okay, good to know. I might have some Olaplex still around because they always send me like little samples of it. So hopefully I have some around. Bad says Burns. Bad says Noel. Bad says Ray. Hey, Lucy's World, welcome in. All right. I think y'all starting to get the drift. So here's azo dyes. Azo dyes or azo pigments are colorless particles, usually earths or clays, which have been colored using an azo compound. These are most found in like a variety of artist paints, but also they have been known to show up in makeup, particularly eye makeup. And I remember Pat McGrath used some azo dyes, and what she had to do was put a disclaimer on it saying that this may be unsafe for eyes. And so people were like, well, if it's unsafe for eyes, why are you putting it in there? Da, 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 da. Well, because one, the dye in low doses were not found to be as harmful as it may be in the making of it. So like when you're going to, for instance, the hairdresser and she's mixing up your dyes for your hair, sometimes you'll see them put on a mask. And that's because if you are working with it and inhaling these dyes, that can pose serious health risks. So in the clothing industry, also when they're making, different colors and they're dyeing it, you can also get that as well. Ever put on a pair of jeans and the jeans like stained your thighs, or in my case, stained one of my bags? Like the rubbing of it against my jeans actually transferred that blue color to my bag, which was not good because it was an expensive bag that even when I cleaned it, it couldn't get all the stuff out. But that's another topic for another day. But those are like the azo dyes that do that. So is it harmful? Yes and no. And no. Yeah. So yeah, so that's why they tell you, to wash different products before you use it. But even when you wash like your jeans, it's only going to get out some of the dyes. It's not going to get out all of it, depending on how much dye they used. But yeah, you should always wash your products before you wear them. Because that transfer is a mug. Believe it when I tell you. All right, so those were the A's. I didn't think we'd have enough time to do the B's today because I knew the A's were going to be so heavy. But while we still have some time and I am still putting on the rest of my makeup on cheeks now, I'm going to use my Dior. This one is in the shade Cherry, which I know they have the new formula out, but since I had purchased so many of the old formula, I was like, I'm not going to purchase the new formula until they come out with something that I absolutely don't have. And I tried the toffee and it just did not do anything for me. Hi, Karen. How are you? Hi, Karen. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I don't know. That toffee just did nothing for me. They said I should probably have layered it and put the toffee cream on first and then put the powder on to make it more pigmented. I don't know. Maybe I'll repurchase it and try it that way. But I did order candy. So we'll see how that looks. Remember this? I was teasing when I first got this, and I was like, my granddaughter will be able to use this powder. Like, how am I going to get through all of this? And it cracked a little bit where, I'd be dropping ish like a pigeon and dropped it on the floor. But for the most part, I love how warm it makes the skin. What'd you miss? Not much. We're gonna do the bees later because we're 46 minutes in and I have not finished my makeup yet. So we're gonna concentrate on that. Your NARS bronzer, yeah. Your Marc Jacobs bronzer, yeah. Oh, well, that is a good segue into a news item that I wanted to talk to you about. So LVMH is selling off Marc Jacobs. How do we feel? We knew this was coming because he started pulling away and a lot of people stopped carrying him. So we knew it was coming, but still, even though you know it's coming, it still sucks to know that it's not just some internet rumor that's floating around. It's actually happening. So I'm sad because I'm going to tell you, my Marc Jacobs pencils were the bomb. Were the bomb. Still are the bomb. But I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Yeah, Kat, I know. But I don't know if it's going to be the same. When they go like that and switch hands to somebody else, sometimes it's not for the better, it's for the worse. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to use this single by Natasha Denona. It's called Aubergine. So it's a purplish, like eggplant color. They gave it to me when they sent me my my palette, the new Gloom palette. And I thought this was so interesting and pretty. First thing I thought was, I wonder if it's in the Roxa, this aubergine. But it's not. The purple that's in here is called Jaconda. And this is aubergine, which is darker. Hang on, let me do it this way so you can see it. So it's darker. But I love this for my little collection. Isn't it a pretty shade? Noah says it's pretty shade. Yeah. So I'm trying to be light with it because I know it will build up very quickly. So I'm just making those back and forth motions. Get it onto the eye. But I really love this shade. And I love how nicely it blends into the crease area. If you want to deepen it, does a very good job of deepening up the crease. Really nice. Right? It goes so well with that palette, the Gloom palette. So I'm going to use actually Gloom for this look as well. Listen, since I got it, I have not put it down. I finished doing the video for this. I did a dedicated video with the Gloom palette. I'm just editing it now. It'll probably go up sometime tomorrow, either midday or towards the end of the day, like around dinner time. Because that's what my algorithm says. That's when most of y'all are around and watching videos, is during the evening time. So I'm actually going to listen this time and upload my video during that time. So that's what we're doing. And like I said, I want to be very precise while doing this. Karen says, I'm going to make a BYOP with Indie Shadows of the Gloom palette. I have a lot of those grungy shades in my singles. Yeah, I forgot how much I loved like grunge. And not just grunge for grunge's sake, but like that sexy grunge. Because it's just something about the moodiness of the neutrals and how they perform on my eye and with my skin shade that just is attractive to me. But yeah, I could probably build my own palette with this too. And I pulled out that palette that kind of started me on this grunge journey again, which I've had since like high school when I first started really wearing makeup. So, fun story, true story. At 15, I was working on Wall Street and going to school, high school, for 1 week. It was called the Co-op Education, and they had started it in my school. And I had applied to my school for that reason. And so when I got accepted and I got accepted to the co-op program, they told me where I was going to be working at. And I was like, cha-ching, cha-ching. Because you tell a 15-year-old she's going to be working on Wall Street and she automatically thinks, how many designer bags can I buy? How many like Chanel lipsticks can I purchase? Now, myself, I don't need daddy because I'm making my own money. What? Your girl was balling. Honey, you can tell me nothing. How Kanye said, you can't tell me nothing. I walked in there day one and I was like, what you want me to do? And they was like, sort this mail. I was like, sort mail? She's like, yeah, that's what mailroom techs do. They sort mail. I was like, this can't be life. I thought I was working on Wall Street. What you mean I'm going to be sorting mail? She was like, Princessa, that's what you're doing. Sort this mail and shut up. But I made so many great friends. And then because I could type fast, one of the secretaries were looking for somebody in the mailroom to cover for one of the secretaries who was out sick, and they didn't know how long she was going to be out. So my boss was like, oh, Shannon knows how to type really fast. Why don't you use her? And so that segued into me covering for all of the secretaries when they were going out to lunch, when they were going home early, or they had to leave for a doctor's appointment or whatever. I was called to go up. And then one day, the president, his secretary, was going out on maternity leave, and she asked for me specifically. And my boss was like, okay, well, it looks like you're not going to be here for long. So we're going to move you to the dealer's clearance department after you sub for the girl who is going to be out. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, we're promoting you because, everybody likes you and they love the work that you do. And, how you come in, you just, you wear your nice little suits. Cause, I was suited and booted, honey. Mama would come in with her little pencil skirts, her little cardigans, like what I'm wearing today. And you can tell me I wasn't one of them secretaries making all those bucks and going on all those vacations. Because I was. No, I wasn't, but I acted like I was. I really wasn't going on no vacations. I was just covering for them who did. But I felt that way, And then when people started noticing and they started, saying nice things about me, how well I dressed, how well I spoke, and, they just was like, okay, well, if you keeping any of these kids from this mailroom, you definitely keeping Shannon because she's got a good head on her shoulders. She's going places. Why did I leave? I don't know why I left because that was a very good job. And they were constantly like promoting me and praising me. Because even when I was in school at LIU, I was still working. Because at that time, I had moved over to the dealer's clearance area, and I was a data entry person after the stock market closed. I'm just using a nice little plum eyeliner on my eyelid underneath the lash line. And then I'm going to deepen it up with my new aubergine eyeliner. So that was a fun time. Really, really fun. And I had a good friend who unbeknownst to me was either a drug addict or a drug heavy user. Because she used to come in and ask, like, hey, I got some quaalines. Do you want some quaalines? And I was like, what is quaalines? Because I didn't know about such things. My mother teases me, or used to tease me mercilessly about not knowing anything about drugs. Because you could have told me, do you want a kumquat? And I would have had the same reaction. What? What are you talking about? I don't know what that is. So she asked me, did I want some quaalines? And I was like, no. She's like, oh, all right. Well, you mind if I take some? And I was like, no. Shoot your shot. Whatever. Whatever floats your boat. I don't care. So she used to take them during the day. And I'm like, you're acting loopy. You're acting funny. Like, what? Why are you acting like that? Quaaludes. She's like, are you, or Quaaludes, I think it's called Quaaludes. See, I told you I don't know nothing about no damn stuff. Because I was like, what the heck is that? And of course, I went home and asked my father. I didn't dare ask my mother because, another laugh at my pain kind of story. So, you know how the kids in junior high school, they tell you all of these crazy stories, right? And you're supposed to like believe automatically it's true. And I always had an inquisitive mind, and I always was like, something just don't sound right here. And this was one of those times. So what happened was I came home from school and I told my mom, I said, hey, Mom, is it true that you can't get pregnant if you have sex in the swimming pool? Now, mind you, I was about 13 at the time, didn't even have my period, right? Let's be clear about this. We didn't even have the period yet, okay? I'm just girl talking in school, getting ready to go for our swim class, and one of my classmates just happened to say this. So I happened to repeat it to my mother. Hey, I'm gonna ask her. And this woman, deadpan, looked at my face and was like, what dumb bitch told you that? So yeah, I didn't ask her no more questions after that. I didn't. I didn't ask her no more questions after that. Yeah, it was some kind of like hallucinogenic pill. And it's been banned for like years because of its addictive properties. And again, I didn't find this out until I was much older because I told my dad, and what he did is what normal parents would say. Don't take nothing from that girl. Don't, if she asks you to try anything, say no. And, if you have any questions, tell me or your mom and we'll answer them for you. And so he sat me down, he told me what it was, and I was like, okay, gotcha. But for my mother to be like, what dumb bitch told you that? I was like, first of all, I was embarrassed for her because I was like, why is my mama calling her a dumb bitch? And then by extension, I'm like, am I a dumb bitch for repeating it? Like, I didn't understand. And the whole thing just had me confused and upset. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with that. Yeah, so that's what Quaaludes are. Cops found little blue fentanyl pills on the client, and I argued to the judge it was Viagra. It could have been. No, that's what I would have thought it was. That's what I would have thought it was. Like, you gonna take it and decide, you know, who's to say that it's not? But you're gonna take the pill and do some extensive toxicology results on them? I guess they could because they are officers of the court. So I suppose they could have done test results. But if it's like one pill, two pills, like, what you gonna do? But I know I wasn't taking no pills from that chick, especially after my dad was like, like he became dead serious. Then he was like, no. But you wanted to find out as early as possible. Yeah, I wanted to find out what's going on. I wanted to find out what's going on. And I've always been that way. When I was like 3 or 4, my godmother was having her son, which is my godbrother now. And I had asked her, like, what's in your stomach? Why your stomach so big? And she was like, oh, because I got a baby in there. Godmommy's getting ready to have a baby. And I was like, well, how'd it get in there? And so she was trying to tell me that the stork had put the baby in her belly. And I was like, a stork? What's a stork? And she was like, well, it's this big bird with a big beak that carries babies around to people who want babies and puts them in your stomach. I was like, I've never seen no big bird flying around Brooklyn like that. I said, will he put a baby in my stomach? And my godmother said, no, you're not old enough yet. So I'm asking her all these questions about the bird. What the bird looked like, why the bird picked you, why didn't it pick my mama, why he only came to my mama's house once, and then who picks the daddy if the bird picks the mommy. I mean, I was grilling her. I was grilling her like Noelle does the witnesses on stand. Like I was giving her the business. And she was so sweet and so kind. She answered every question. And my mother's like, if you don't shut up, like she answered your question and then you come with another question. I said, because I want to know how this happened. I said, did stork come to you? I was like, I've never seen no stork in Brooklyn. I've never seen no bird that looked like that. So every bird that I saw that wasn't a pigeon, I was like, is that the stork? Is that the stork right there? Why he don't have a baby in his mouth? Is that the stork? Lord, I'm gonna tell y'all now. Me as a child, my parents want no parts of me. My mother especially, but my dad was like, "You are a trip." He loved it though. He loved me being so inquisitive. Y'all know when my lashes do this, I'm just like, can I get them to extend even longer? Because I just love the extension. Like if they just didn't gang up so tightly, we'd be in good money. All right. Exactly. Well, Noelle, that's smart. Did he let you off? The moment she gave you that attitude, you saved the chat for another day. Yeah, I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Noelle says, I asked my mom if babies come out from your butt around the same. Virgo Nation, Virgo Nation. Listen, we gonna break it down. We gonna break it down. I want to know. That's why I told you I would have probably been a very good attorney because I don't let it go until I am satisfied with the answer provided. And I'm really satisfied with the answer provided. I always want to dig deeper and find out more. So people had a hard time with me. Even in school, like I was always questioning things. And I was very good at like English and social studies and spelling. I was a very, very good speller. And they always wanted to skip me. And every time they wanted to skip me, my mother said no. And the reason why my mother said no is because she did not want me to be too far advanced ahead of my classmates my age, because she's like, that would be resentment. You would be, put in situations that you might not be emotionally ready for. And I was like, I don't care nothing about what you're saying. I want to get out of school early, go to college, and make this money. And so if I can get out early, why won't you let me? So I had a lot of resentment on that, because I feel like I could have gotten so much out of schooling if I were made to advance, given that opportunity to advance. Because they would say the same thing on my report card. Shannon's a lovely student, but she talks too much. Shannon's a wonderful student, but she talks too much. Shannon, but she talks too much. Enter, she talks too much. And so my mother was like, well, why you keep talking in class? I'm like, because the stuff is boring and I want to do something else. That would be way more painful. Yeah, right? Out the butt. Virgos. In one in and out the other. Whoop, whoop. Listen, as someone who has given birth, it does feel like you're taking a crap. It does feel like it's coming out your butt, though. I would be inclined to agree. Exactly. I always be knowing what's going on. Exactly. Oh, it was 1.5 pills. Shaking my head. He in on a felony. Yikes. Yikes. Listen, I get it though. Whatever works. Whatever works. All right, we're going for the lipstick today. And we're going to use McGrath, which I did not realize that she made a lipstick with her name on it. I bought it a long time ago. That goes to show you how I don't be looking at the names for real. All I knew was that it was a red and it had this like bluish orangey tint to it that was different than the Elson's, because the Elson lines that she make are very bluish red, and this one almost has like a orangey feel to it. Perfect for the summer. But thought I'd give you something different today. I'd give you a little pizzazz, razzmatazz, and all that good stuff. All right, babes, let's see what else you guys are talking about here. Y'all laughing at me? Mine said God gave her a baby. Yeah, see? The stuff they be telling kids. Yeah, I was waiting for her to call. I was waiting for her to call on Big Bird, because I was like, ain't no way in the world Big Bird is coming to Brooklyn. No way in the world Big Bird is coming to Brooklyn. You can't tell me Big Bird was coming up in Brooklyn giving women babies. Nah. That would not have flown with me. That would not have flown with me. So they knew better to tell me a stork and not Big Bird. Because she still would have been there answering my questions. Exactly. Not the Sesame Street. Noelle's laughing. Yeah, Big Bird ain't coming to Brooklyn. Stop playing. Good for her. She found a man as big as a stork. Listen, I don't know about that part, but I can tell you I was looking for the damn stork in Brooklyn. That's what I was looking for. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you. As a child, you always wanted to discover. You wanted always to discover. Yeah, I would call myself a discoverer, a adventurer. Like I always wanted to do things. I was a very busy child. So, and I love to read. I still love to read. But I had a voracious appetite for reading. I like to think my butterfly got my love of reading from me and her love of watching movies from me as well, because we did a lot of that as she was growing up. Karen says she's loving the hair and the look so far. Shannon, thank you. Thank you. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Your girl Shannon is living her best blonde life right now. I don't know if y'all realize it, but I'm living my best blonde life right now. And the reason why I say that is because all I have been doing since I got these boho braids in is seeing which side I can swoop it on so that I get the most blonde. And I've decided this one is one of the looks where I can get a lot of the blonde frame in my face. Like I wish he had put some more blonde here. And since I have some hair, I might just crochet some into my braid. I might just do that because I want this side to be a little bit more blonde. So I might put a little bit more in there. Not too much, just a little. But especially in like this front section right here. I love it. But yeah, living the life. Same. I asked a lot of questions. Yeah, I had all the questions. Listen, I still have all the questions. I still have all the questions. I want to know. I want to know. And it just is not an answer for me. I need to know the answers. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Ciao. I always had questions, but no answers. I know that's right. Officer, based on your training and expertise, these resemble exact replicas of Viagra, correct? If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Or some new form of fentanyl. But shh, we ain't saying that. We ain't saying that. My mouth always got me into same. I think that's just a Virgo trait. I think because we are so free with our words, and I use the word free, but it's not exactly free because we've taken the time to like go through the different scenarios and figured the direct blunt approach is probably the best approach to get the result that we want. So that's why I say free, but not really free. We just want to get to the bottom of it. And we don't want to go through the rigmarole. We don't want to go through the 20 questions. We don't want to go through, the deflection. We want to get to the root of the problem quickly. So what can I say in the least amount of words possible that'll get the result that I am desiring. And that's usually a gut punch moment. Ugh. Some make you go, oh, I guess I'll just tell you then, damn. That part. The talk too much means you were too smart. Yes, I always got that though. Too smart for your own good. You too fresh. You too smart. Just give me the answer. Just give me the answer. I want the answer. Never wanted kids since. Exactly. Exactly. And the teachers felt challenged. Yeah. And they felt a little silly too sometimes. Because I'd be like, that's not right. That's not how you pronounce that word. Oh my God. If y'all only knew the type of trouble I used to go through. Keisha, hey girl. That's my sister from another mister. Hey, beautiful, how are you? If having a baby meant just taking a huge dump, like the dump you have after a Chipotle burrito, then childbirth would be so much easier. No. It's like pulling a Mack truck through a hole that is this big. Imagine a baby coming through there. That part. Hate to be so graphic, but that's it. That's it. And it don't feel like no burrito bowl I ever had. I'm just saying. That is hurt worse than I'm It have you rethinking a whole lot of things. Okay. Like, was he that cute? To have this happen? Was he that cute? Was he that fine? Because I'm pretty sure the answer to these questions are going to be no. For the pain that I'm currently going through, I'm pretty sure I shouldn't have to go through this. Blessings, everyone. Blessings to you too. Yeah, it's worse. It's worse. It's worse. Much worse. Exactly. My son tore me up. I'm still going through from the tore up he gave me. Okay? Honey. Thank you, babes. And I love it because as the grays are coming in, it just naturally just blends in. It doesn't look too stark. Ciao. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, got lipstick on the teeth. That's why I get for piling it on. You're thinking that childbirth would be easier if it was like taking, yeah, nah. I wish it were, but honey, I'm thinking about blonde highlights too. Yes, honey, do it. Do it. Do it. Blonde is the way to go, honey. And I miss like experimenting with hair color. I'm gonna go soon because I know we're at that hour and a half mark, and I do want to cut this off at that point. But I used to experiment a lot with my hair when I was like 16, 17, 18, into the 20s. One, because as y'all know now, I was making my own money so I can do what the heck I wanted to, or at least I thought I could. So I would come home randomly with like red hair, blonde hair, brown hair. I didn't do like the colors, like the pinks or the greens or anything like that, but I did do, excuse me, a lot of different plays on blondes and browns and reds and different things like that. Gorgeous blonde on your complexion. Thank you. I want to go back to honey brown, and I'm like, no. Oh, honey, that honey brown, I did like a honey gold and brown mix one time. Oh my God, that was so good. But now I'm not getting dyes in my hair. If I do, if I do color, it'll be something like this where it's just braided in, or I'll get like they have those extension pieces where you can put like different colors pieces in your hair. So I would do something like that because my hair cannot stand color anymore. My scalp is just too sensitive for all of that. Kat says, imagine if childbirth was laying on her stomach and pooping out a baby, and having someone on standby to catch the baby if needed. Child, that would be so funny. Catch it. It's coming. I think it looks great with a balanced blonde in it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So, other words, don't touch it, right? If it ain't fixed, don't break it. Don't break it. I know. Because I would go back to teal. Oh, teal was that color for you. Okay, blonde was always it for me. I know people are like, black girl with blonde hair, it doesn't look natural. I didn't care. I was like, I like it. I like it. And if I like it and I want to wear it, that's it. Exactly. Now it pays your bills. Exactly. Exactly. And it pays mine too, right? Being a marketer, running my mouth. Running my mouth. Yup. Yup. Blunt and bold. Right? Listen, I was thinking that, like, I had a dream. Now I'm having like these vivid dreams. Oh my God, some of that Pat McGrath got on this side too. I'm like, what in the world did that little bottle do? Good grief. That when I took this out, I told her to give me like a bob cut and then throw some gray, not grays, throw some blondes in it and do like a blunt cut for my birthday. I had this dream that I was telling the stylist to do that. And I was like, I woke up and I was like, that don't sound like such a bad idea. Us Virgos, something fierce, baby. Something fierce. Ain't no denying we ride up, one of us. Hey, one with us. Hey. Hey, Keisha, can't complain. RS, thank you, honey. Thank you. What lipstick shade is this again? Okay, this is Pat McGrath, and it's her signature lip color, McGrath. And it's from her Matte Trans formula, Luxe Trans formula. And it's called McGrath. I'm having so much fun rotating my stash. I'm going to do taking you in the shower with me. Ah! Hi, off the sea family. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go. So go take your shower. Sorry you have to leave early. No problem. I'm getting ready to close out anyway. I'm going to do a burgundy in a full. I'm letting my hair grow out. I just recently took my braids out. Yeah. That's a nice one too, burgundy. Beyonce rocks the blonde. Yeah, she rocks it hard. Now her blonde is a little lighter than mine, much lighter than mine. But I love that she let Blue Ivy come out with the blonde this year. I love that. Keisha said, yes, my twins tore me up. Big heads. Everyone enjoy the rest of your day. Much love. Oh my God. Yeah, I forgot you had twins. I always wanted twins. Man. All right. Bye, Kat. Bye. Oh, bye. Lou, thank you so much. You need that shade. Uh-huh. Blue Ivy's hair was gorgeous. Gorgeous. All right, babes. So that is it. This is the final look. I hope you liked it. Wait, go. Cheese. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed having this time for you. And keep it where you got it, because this week is popping. I have some videos that are coming out. My full review on the Natasha Denona Gloom Palette will be up next, followed by a series of other stuff, my empties. There's a short that's coming up soon as well. And if you're not following me on Instagram and on TikTok, please do. It's at Brown Girl Bella. And until next time, you have now been Bellafied. Love you for watching.